The Sandman van, and last I left off, I was in the process of sanding it, and I've got most of it sanded, and I think I'm pretty good. I think it's pretty much ready for paint. But the back here, I couldn't really get the curve right, and I would have had to keep putty in and putty in. So what I did is I just took, I cut out another deal of styrene, and I glued it on and just formed it over, and got the shape down pretty good. I got to fill in a few spots with some epoxy sculpt, which is right there. We will fill in some of the major, well, try to blend it in with the rest of the car body. And honestly, this is one of those rare moments where it really needs to be re-vacuum formed, a new car body. That way you get the, be all uniform. But anyway, we're making a one-off, so it is what it is, and we will make do with it. So anyway, I am just about ready to start painting it. I did have to try to figure out how to get the luggage rack on, and I did with styrene tubes, and I got them super glued on, and I will glue this on, but I gotta paint it first, so it'll just be easier to have the rack removable before I paint it silver color. But I get the car painted. But anyway, I got to do a little more body work, and we'll be probably ready to paint in a couple of days. And it's kind of an orangey red color, so we'll try to match it as best we can. Plus, I got to get the bumpers off, because they're not supposed to be gold or silver, and hopefully I can take them off. Some of these just can't, it's got screws, so we'll be able to see what we can do. But anyway, that's where I am on the Sandman van. The Phantom, I did get to start painting, and he looks black, but he's actually a German Panzer Gray, and I like Vallejo's primers. I think they go on really well. I got to do one more coat, and you can tell where I held him when I painted him. But I got basic coat on him. I'm going to get one more coat of the gray on there, and then I'm going to go in with the airbrush, and I'll do some shading and all that, because and I need to print out another picture. He basically wears a dark gray coat and pants and stuff like that. But I did get the strap glued on the back of his head that holds his mask on. So we are good to go on that. The only thing I got to do is clean up the base. I didn't do none of that this week. I was preoccupied with the van. But anyway, I got to finish the base. But hopefully, Hammer Phantom will get a little more paint in the next couple days. The little Jihadi, I didn't get to work on him really this much this week. I did a little bit on the wall. I got to decide really what kind of pattern I want. I want to keep it simple, but I want to keep where it's little bullet holes. Where's good? Basically, I kind of either want to do something like this, or I may add a little brick pattern to it. I just can't decide what I want to do. And then we'll look back here in the background. What do we do? Bigger squares, stuff like that. But anyway, we'll figure it out. So that gives me a little bit to figure out what I want to add to the little Jihadi. So anyway, while I think about that, I've been working on the Incinerator helmet, and these are vinyl. I want to call them like banks, but they're not. I mean, they're just solid. Not even full scale helmets, not even for a kid helmet, but I like them. I think they're I just think they're fun. But anyway, I pretty much got him painted, got the red on. I had a little bleed through a few places, which I've been going in with a very fine tip brush and clean up a few little areas. Got the major colors blocked in, like the black. I just need to seal him. I did go in with, if you can see, well, put off some lights here. If you can see, I went in with some shading just to dirty him up, and then I'm going to go in with. Did I put it up? I did. Oh, there it is. We'll go with some silver here, and probably some white, and we'll do some little chipping around the edges, you know, because we want the Incinerator helmet to be you know, a little more worn, you know, a little more chip paint, just a few little places. So we'll chip a few little places and dirty them up just a little bit more. The little stripes here are supposed to be blue. I'm going to go in, I got to put that in today, but I'm trying to get the bulk of the weathering done, and then I'll go in and you know, seal them off, and I got to touch up a few little places that I missed with the bleed, but that just happens. But anyway, I think it's very fun, and it's going to be a one-off, and I like to do one-offs here and there, and it's just very fun to do. And you know, always, you don't have to necessarily do a specific, you know, Stormtrooper, you know, a plain Jane one, which that's most of the ones I like, but I try to do some odd ones because you just don't see them. But anyway, that's where I am on the Incinerator Trooper. So anyway, that's what I got going on today. I'm going to try to finish him up this Easter weekend, the Incinerator Trooper. Little Jihadi, he'll get some more love in a couple days. Sandman Man, we're going to get a little more body work, and we are starting to paint the Hammer Phantom. So that's what we got going on today, so stay tuned for the next exciting episode.